Okay, let's see. We hear the volume. Hello, hello. Okay, we got sound. Good stuff. What's going on, everybody? On the air with VA3EWV, AllStar EchoLink, Friday Night Net. Glad that we got some people out there. We're going to just start sharing this link there and get it going on. Glad to have everybody out here. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody, by the way. There we go. Let's see, today is the 14th, so happy Valentine's Day. Okay. Get this put out on a couple places. Then we'll get started. All right. The sound FTA comes through so clear. Biggie's voice we love to hear. I hear something. Okay. It's right at 8 o'clock now, so I better get on it. There's a couple more EchoLink things. Starting a little bit late today. Oh, here we go. EchoLink Worldwide. I think that's one of them. There we go, EchoLink helping it. There we go. All right. Biggie on the mic, calling VA3.
Kilo Charlie 3, Zulu Papa Charlie, listening.
Let's see what happens. This is Victor Alpha 3, Echo Whiskey Victor, VA3EWV, Earnest, with the Friday Night All-Star EchoLink Net. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I see that NX3F just came out there. Could I get a quick audio check before we get into the show there tonight?
Audio loud and clear. This is Kilo Charlie 3, Zulu Papa Charlie. This is Angel coming off of Facebook in the group. And I welcome you and thank you for having me for tonight. My first time joining via EchoLink. Over.
Roger on that. Kilo Charlie 3, Zulu Papa Charlie. Glad to have you in there and happy Valentine's Day. Just to let everybody know, for those who are out there, I do have this on NetLogger. So if you do have NetLogger, if you've never heard of it, you can actually follow along with NetLogger. And you can just see who's coming on. Now we'll have those call signs popping up there in just a second so everybody can follow along. So let's say who's been on here the longest. That's going to be VE1GRP. Good evening to you. This is a net. I know everybody's been to a lot of nets before. I do mine a little bit different. We have a main topic of the day. Then I'm nosy, so I want to know what people are doing for the weekend or for the rest of their week. And it doesn't have to be ham related. And then at the end of it, if you've heard something that piqued your interest from someone else in the that has talked, then we just pass the mic around and let everybody get started. Before we get going there, do we have any short time check-ins or anybody that has to be a quick in and out? Please come on in now. Okay. With that said, we are on EchoLink and AllStar tonight. I hope my audio is okay out there. I want to again wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day. I did see a little comic today, or whatever you call it. They're not called comics anymore, I guess. But it says breakfast in bed, something something, dinner for two, and regret that I had two dinners. We see that we got Rebecca out there too. Like I said, any quick in and outs before we get started. I know some people work. Today's topic is going to be: do you do ham radio just for personal stuff? Do you do it just for prep, or do you do it to just better yourself at any technology? So that's the thing, and I'll keep repeating it throughout tonight. There, we have quite a few people here tonight, so we're just going to get started with the first person that was on here. Let me pause, and I'll be right back. Okay, just pausing there. So again, we do use NetLogger. You can pop into NetLogger there and see who's popping in on there. And my name, I'll just got started with myself here. My name is Ernest. I'm from St. Andrews, West Ontario, Canada. VA3EWV. I've celebrated 2 years in ham radio as of January 17th. It's been a quite exciting 2 years. The first year I was on UHF VHF. Well, the first year and a half, basically. And then back in June of 2024, I got on HF there. So I'll be talking about why I do radio in a bit, but it's all about you guys first, so we'll hear about from you guys first. So the first person I saw that was on here was Victor Echo One Golf Radio Papa. Victor Echo One Golf Radio Papa. Come on in. The next person was I don't know that call sign.
Okay, here we are. Just transmitting on the iMac for the first time, so hopefully you can all hear me there. And yeah, just really excited. My name is Richard Perry. I'm in Antigonish, Nova Scotia, and relicensed ham in September of this year, and started with Zygu G90, a little beautiful 20-watt transceiver. Just last week, a friend down in the United States sold me his almost brand spanking new ICOM 7300. So pretty excited about that. And I'm 67 years old. I have four grandsons, 3 years old, 11, 13, and 14. And I'm in ham radio because I just loved the hobby years ago when I was first licensed. And you meet some fantastic people, you know, making friends with Earnest here over the radio and over EchoLink. And excited to hear all the hams who will be joining on this evening. So I'll sign off for now. VE1GRP Victor Echo 1 Golf Romeo Papa. Back to you, Ernest.
Victor Echo One Golf Romeo Papa and the group VA3EWV returning. I'm telling you, we like the fact that you're back out there at it. That's for sure. I think the hams I've talked to over the last 2 years, most of them have the same type of story. They started about 30 something years ago, and then they got out of it because family came along and all that stuff, or work, and then here they are back at it again. I guess that's about the story for everybody. Glad you started with that Zygu radio. I do have a couple of friends that have that radio, and I had the chance to get one that I got one at a ham festival, a good price, but just did not have the cash at the time. We're glad you got the Icon radio as well. That's pretty good. to get a really good deal on that kind of radio. That's a nice one. I actually wanted the ICOM radio, but then I went with the Yasu because we have six fusion repeaters in the area and nothing for D-Star. But I really, really like the ICOM radio, the way it's made, the features and stuff like that. So pretty good radio. We're glad that you're out here tonight with us, and we're going to break with you, but we're definitely going to come back. The next call sign I saw, it looked like Juliet, India, number 1, Quebec, Zulu, Juliet. Um, I don't have that one in the log before. If you could identify yourself, where you're from, and are you in radio for the? It's three things I was looking for. Are you there for self improvement? Are you there for awards and recognition? Are you a ham for like emergency response? Over to you.
Hello, this is Juliet, India, Juliet, from Japan.
Oh,
Thank you for
cool.
calling. Yeah, just I saw your article on Facebook last night. Now here it's morning, in morning. So I am walking outside. Then connecting by iPad app. So I started to do radio almost 50 years ago. But I had a long time to the towns. Then after when I was 60, over 60, I tried to upper class license. So now I'm upper class license. So anyway, this is very first time to contact overseas employees. Okay, thank you very much.
Juliet, India, 1, Quebec, Zulu, Juliet. All the way from Japan. I think you're going to be my first long distance DX, especially from that far away. We really appreciate you being out here. 50 years in radio, awesome. You and I have something to share that's similar. I'm sitting here right now. If you're on Facebook, you can see I'm holding my iPhone 6 Plus. My iPhone 6 Plus with the EchoLink app on it. That was my first ever ham radio, was my iPhone with the EchoLink. So that's why I still do EchoLink today. It's good to have you out there. You said you had your upper class license. And this is the first time that I've actually got to do talking to someone in Japan, so I'm very excited. I have a big smile on my face. I have worked Japan only 3 times on FT8, and I did a whole Facebook thing about, oh my God, look, I got to a contact on Japan on 20 watts FT8. So stick around with us. We're glad that you're here, and we'll come back to you shortly because we do about 2 or 3 rounds. Thank you for being out there, and good to have you. Stay tuned. Okay, the next person I see here with some time on them is Kilo Charlie 3, Zulu Papa Charlie. Kilo Charlie 3, Zulu Papa Charlie. Come on in with who you are, Leela. Well, just said your name, but just come on, tell where you're from. How long you been a ham operator, and are you in radio for um, like for self? I don't even know how to say it, but I'm in radio for that, like to teach myself more stuff. Or are you in it for rewards and recognition? Like, are you chasing like DX goals or things like that? Or just come on in with while you're in radio.
Hello, this is Kilo Charlie 3, Zulu Papa Charlie. I got into ham radio last year when the hurricanes hit,
No way.
and I realized I just wanted to be prepared to have another option to have communications outside. But what I discovered as getting into August 20 of 24, I did my technician and I did my general, and I have my license for general. And what I've discovered was I'm a helper. I'm not a person that waits on somebody to come and help me. And so learning about ham, I've realized, listen, I'm able to help. And I helped during the hurricane. When the hurricane struck North Carolina, I was able to help someone in Florida because I had HF, and I was able to do a connection via the Red Cross from Maryland to do a health and search rescue and let her know her family was still alive and well at a shelter. And for me, that got me interested in doing Oxcom, auxiliary communication, Skywarn, and now I designed my Tundra. I have a Toyota Tundra truck, and that truck now has HF, UHF, VHF. It's got a little Tar Heel Pro. I'm going to get a bigger Tar Heel Pro. But with my little Tar Heel Pro, I've talked to Cape Town, South Africa. I've talked to Japan. I've talked to England. I've talked to Ukraine. I've talked to Russia and a lot more. But I want to be able to help. I've gotten into the ham radio for helping. Bottom line, if I'm capable and I'm able, I'm going to help. And so for me, my passion is not contesting. It is to learn how to communicate and to help wherever I'm needed. And so I have successfully I've got 4 grandbabies that are getting their licenses.
Come on now.
One granddaughter is 14. She's gotten her technician 2 weeks ago, her technician's license, and she's studying now for her general. My wife has her technician's license. She's getting her general. And then my other grandkids are ages 10, 9, and I believe 12. That are also studying for their technicians with my promise to buy them a radio, and if they get to general, I will absolutely prepare to buy them a general a radio where they can connect via general. I've got grandkids. Those grandkids are in Atlanta, Georgia, and Northern Maryland. I'm coming out of the great state of Maryland in a little town called Hughesville, and like I said, I have prepared my mobile comms. I have a Go box. I've taken it upon myself because I'm interested in constantly learning, and so my Go box now has a ICOM 2730A, and it also has a Yasu 891 radio. I have a Buddy dipole for HF, and then I just use a magnetic antenna for 2-meter and 70-meter contact.
Kilo Charlie 3, Zed Papa Charlie. Let me see if I'm broadcasting here. Yep, the light is blue. You know what? I have such the biggest smile on my face right now. I know a lot of folks out there that are listening are pretty excited too. I mean, you put it down. Okay, I ran out of space because I probably replaced for remarks. I'm out of space in the ham radio to help, not to be helped. That's what I'm talking about. I was very excited to hear you in action there when the hurricane came there in North Carolina and was able to do the, patch the people across to see that everything was going good with that health and wellness thing. The Skywarn, you got the mobile thing going. Shoot, you ready to go. You're going to be one of them storm chasers. I can see it now. You're not going to be waiting for it. You're out there waiting for the weather to You're out there waiting for the weather to hit. That's what I'm talking about, Lila. You sitting there bored right now because you're like, okay, come on. Go out there, girl, and get it. You never know where radio takes you. You never know where radio takes you. I can see you on one of those news crews out there doing storm watch, We're live at 5 with Layla here at WB blah 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 blah, and you're gonna be getting with it. Thank you for being out there. Don't go away. We're gonna come back with you again because we have quite a few rounds. Let's pause for the calls there and see if we have any quick in and outs again. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor Ernest out of St. Andrews, West Ontario, Canada. Welcome to the AllStar EchoLink Net. Any short time or in and outs, come on in.
KB6JFL, Bakersfield, California.
KB6JFL, you're the next one on the list anyway. Come on in, and you know the deal. Tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and what are the which part of those three things do you fit in? Helping folks with disasters, making yourself a better all around person, or do you like to do rewards and recognition and stuff like that, like contesting and stuff? Go ahead.
Yeah, VA3EWV, KB6JFL. Yeah, Ernest, I into amateur radio for just about every aspect of it. Got licensed in 1975 at the age of 14, which June will make it 50 years licensed, and lived in 4 states with amateur radio and 2 different call signs, well, 3 different call signs plus the novice back then. So anyway, other than that,
Come on back in, KB6JFL. You said other than that, and you dropped off. Other than that, do you have any more to add to that? Excuse me, Victor Alpha. Okay, excuse me there. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor returning. We had KB6JFL. He was telling us he's 50 years in, 4 states he's lived in with ham radio, and he likes all 3 aspects of radio out there. Then he dropped off at the end. But if you come back in, we'll pick you back up. Okay, let's break with Robert there now, and let's bring it on down to Mr. Allen, NX3F. How's it going? To you there, and come on in.
I'm a Charlie Whiskey on 15 meters all the time.
Oh.
Anyway, I got to get back to the International DX Contest, Charlie Whiskey, KB6JFL.
Thank you so much, KB6JFL. You had dropped out there for a little while, but we did get you back in the end. Like I was saying, 50 years in radio, 4 states, all aspects of radio you like, and I did hear at the end there you're doing some contesting now. So stay tuned, put it on low, do your thing out there. We'll still be here. We'll break with you now, and we'll bring it over to NX3F. Mr. Allen, come on in.
Hey, good evening, Ernst. This is NX3F. Okay, well, basically, I got my license back in 72. Was that 53 years now? Yeah, 53 years now. And I mostly enjoy rag chewing, some DX, not much. Like to work a lot more emergency communications stuff. And let me see, I like the technical side of it too, especially antennas, study of antennas. Antennas are, to me, very, very, very important. And the KC3 station that's in Hughesville, yeah, she's not too far from me. I'm located in Temple Hills, Oxon Hill, Fort Washington area. So we're not really that far apart, about 30 miles or so apart. So we're kind of neighbors there. And very nice to meet you air. Okay, back to you, Ernest. VA3EWV. This is NX3F.
All right, NX3F in the group, VA3EWV returning. We do have the Spruce Grove repeater out there in Alberta, Canada that's connected with us every Friday. We're going to reach out and see if there's anyone in Spruce Grove that wants to come in and say hello, or anybody on that repeater that can hear us out there. If you want to come in and say hello today, please come now. We'll give you a second to come on in. Okay, nothing heard. So with myself, people ask me all the time, "Hey, Ernest, why'd you get into ham radio?" And if I say something, I don't know. I was just saying something to say something. But I will tell you this: ham radio has made me. Uh, ham radio has given me a lot of confidence and courage to go do things that I've never done before. Even when I had my HF, I was just hanging around on one. Just 40 meters is where I started, and 40 meters is where I stayed for months. I couldn't do anything else. And then someone said, go to 20. I know that sounds like a little bit, but just to get my antenna, because I had a vertical. Well, I had an infrared half wave at first, but I only used it on 40. And then by the time I started doing a lot more parks, I had lost my infrared half wave. And then I was just using vertical that you have to adjust to different bands. So with me, I was like, I didn't have the confidence to go do something else because everybody I knew was on 40, and I didn't know if they were going to come to 20. Right? Little did I know, there's people on every band just waiting for someone to say something. 1 second, because this will time out. Give me 1 second. Then once I got this VA3EWV returning, once I got started getting some confidence with the antenna, and Mr. Allen was saying that he likes to do all things antenna. So I noticed halfway through that the antenna actually had my antenna. It actually it actually has the megahertz into the metal itself. It's like stamped on there, and I was like, what? So it makes it very easy now to say, 20 meters, 40 meters, that's a 7 megahertz, 20 meters, that's 14. It's right on the antenna. So now I've gotten have really gone outside of that. So I do parks on the air. And at first it was just for me, because since I did not like graduate from university or something and just had my high school, getting my basic, getting my advanced, that was kind of like I was accomplishing something, that was more. So that's why I was doing that for, learning more. And now when I go to a park, I don't just stay on one thing. If you look at my updated stuff, I have fewer QSOs. But now when I go to a park, I'm working UHF, VHF. I'm working 6, 10, 12, 15, 20, 30, 40, 80. That's what I have so far. I was almost able to do 160 the other night because my antenna goes to 80, but I was actually being able to do FT8 on 160. Didn't get a contact, but it was almost there. So yeah, so lots of good fun there. So, and now that I know that, well, let me pause one more time. So when I talk about rewards and recognition, you have QRZ, and I also have the parks on the air, and they give little things. And what I've found out about that is it makes me do things and discover more about myself and discover more about radio by doing those things. I would have never been trying to do 6 meter if it wasn't for POTA. And even though 6 meters is the magic band, and everybody's heard of that, and it comes and goes when it pleases, I found out that you can work any band as long as you have a person that can hear you. So that's why I'm in it for a little bit of everything. That's for sure. And we are at the bottom of the list now. I'm going to see if we have any more people that have popped in here, and then we'll go back to the top. 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And just so everybody knows who's here tonight, if you have stuff to write with, we do have Victor Echo 1, Golf Romeo Papa. That's going to be Mr. Richard. We have NX3F. That's Mr. Allen. We have Kilo Charlie 3, Zulu Papa Charlie. That's Miss Leela. And we have Kilo Bravo 6, Juliet Foxtrot Larry, Lima. That's Mr. Robert. You have me, VA3EWV, Ernest. And then we have our friend from Japan. Did not get the name because it's not pulling up in QRZ, but it's Juliet India 1 Quebec Zulu Juliet. Okay, so that's what we have here. Write all those things down in case you want to say hi to each other. And this is a good time if you don't have a person in the log, you want to get a Japan contact. Hey, look, tonight's the night. We can, because I'm going to definitely put them in my log, that's for sure. Okay, and I'm going to put all you guys in my log for like a digital contact tonight. So let's have the round two. What is everybody doing for the weekend or the weeks to come? Anything special going on? And we'll bring it back to our friend there, Juliet India 1, Quebec Zulu Juliet. And if you can give us your name when you come back in, please do so. Back over to you.
Okay, this is Juliet India 1, Quebec Zulu Juliet. My name is Yasu Tanaka. Thank you very much for calling. So now almost I'm back home, so I will have late breakfast. So now, I should quit now, but I feel that such a the IT connection has a very good possibility because I can connect to overseas radios. So we try to join next week too. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much. This is Juliet India 1, Quebec Zulu Juliet from Japan. Thank you.
Juliet India 1, Quebec Zulu Juliet. We're excited to have you. And we thank you for thinking about us and thinking about coming next week. We'll definitely be waiting for you to come next week for sure and share what's going on with you. Thanks for being out there, and you have a good rest of your week there. Okay, let's pick it up now with our Storm Chaser. Kilo Charlie 3, Zulu Papa Charlie. Come on in. What are you going to be up to next week?
Can you repeat over?
Yeah, I got a little quick there. I was calling you our Storm Chaser. I said, what are you going to be up to next week? Any plans for the weekend or next week in radio or any other hobbies you're doing there? Over. Mm-mm. Miss Lilo, did we lose you out there? We're just having our second round. Wondering what you're going to be doing next week. Come on in.
This is Kilo Charlie 3 Zulu Papa Charlie. I am in the process of getting my ham shack with my Go box set up, and my thing that I'm working on is getting my antennas up in my trees. I'm on 3 acres, and so I'm trying to get my shack set up
Come on
so
now.
that I can communicate via my Go box. And the other thing that I'm working on next week, this past Tuesday in Maryland, we've got in southern Maryland, I've got 11 inches of snow, and so next week we are looking at 2 storms converging, and some of the weather models are showing, upwards of 20 inches in southern Maryland coming. And so to prepare for Skywarn, I want to make sure secure my vehicle and make sure it's squared away,
Come
as
on
well
now.
as my shack here and my go box is squared away to be able to get out if we lose power. So those are my big things that I'm focusing on. My goal in April is to start my first time doing POTA, and so I'm looking forward to that. On February 22nd, my club is doing a STEM event, and that will be at the Calvert High School in Southern Maryland, and I'm looking forward to that. I have to be honest with you all. I am a general, and I have yet to make a CQ call via my HF. I've done hunting and on the POTA for hunting, but I have not gotten the nerves up, and I know I'm not alone on doing CQ calls out. And I will be doing that with my club from their station once we do our STEM event. STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. And the Calvert
Come on
County
now.
High School is allowing us as ham radio operators to come in on a Saturday to teach the parents and the students about STEM, and I'm looking forward to it. And so I will turn it back over to the net. This is Kilo Charlie 3, Zulu Papa Charlie, over.
Kilo Charlie 3, Zulu Papa Charlie. I'm just so excited and happy and proud of you right now. I'm telling you. We can let you have the mic all night long to tell us all that good stuff you're doing out there. And hey, look, QSL on the not wanting to talk. It's people say to me all the time, Ernest, what do you mean? I sat there with my club. I hosted field day at my house. I don't even think I had my license the first time I hosted field day here. No, I didn't. I did not have my license. And the second year, I had my basic, but I didn't have HF privileges. But I hosted field day at my house twice, and was like, Mr. Allen, would you like a cup of coffee? Ms. Laura, would you like another sandwich? Mr. Richard, would you like? Are you comfortable? There's Mr. Robert, would you like another beverage? That's what I did. I sat down, and I didn't want to have nothing to do. And even when they brought me out to do POTA, I was just sitting there, smiling, looking at what they're doing and just smiling. And I was like, oh, this looks good. And they're like, here's the mic. And I was like, no, I'm good. But then they kind of like said, okay, like you got to get, like, now you got radio, you got an antenna, you got all this stuff, and you're still sitting there. And I just didn't want to get on the mic. Now, I'm telling you, I started, POTA was my first time on HF, right? That's what I knew. Now when I get down and I do POTA, it's a whole nother world. The only time I can talk in the shack is on the net. I can't even talk on my HF thing in the house. I like to be out. And when I get down, like I said, my QSOs have been small now because I'm trying to do like 10 bands at one time in the park. But if it wasn't for that, they know me. I'm out there throwing down 250, 300 contacts in just about 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours. So now I can't stop talking. Anyway, look, you're going to have to come back and tell us how these things going. We can't wait to hear about it. Let me pause.
This is Kilo Charlie 3, Zulu Papa Charlie. You are absolutely right. I will keep you all posted. Like I said, I've got 4 grandbabies, ages 14, 12, 10, 9, and 8 that are in the process of, one is already, she just received her tech license, and I'm a champion of bringing these young folks in. They don't realize they're all into the Pokemons, and they're all into the Nintendo games, right? I'm a little old now and talking about the games, but they have no clue. If we can find a way to show them POTA, whereby they can get interested in hunting for POTA and doing POTA, not Pokemon, POTA, the technology, setting up the electronics, giving them the insight of the capabilities to ensure they can communicate beyond the internet. Because at some point, internet and cell phones, if they go down, it doesn't matter. They know how to POTA, they know how to communicate. I am a champion of this hobby, and I will continue to
Come on
others,
now.
the adults and the kids, because it's a game. If you can teach the young folks as a game, we will grow this sport and this hobby. It will grow. And I'm compassionate about it. I just got my journal back in August of last year, but then I can see where kids can truly challenge the adults in this hobby as they get exposed to it, because they're way smarter than us and they know how to truly connect the dots, whether it's electronical or getting out to the others. And once they understand that, then they begin to grow, and then we grow this hobby, and we grow their need for whether it's Skywarn or other Oxcom emergency benefits, but all in the same time, it's extremely educational from a STEM, science, technology, and engineering, mathematics. And I believe in that. I'm engineering, I'm a chief engineer in my organization, and I truly work on STEM. Back over to you. This is Kilo Charlie 3, Zulu Papa Charlie. Thank you for this evening. It's been wonderful.
Kilo Charlie 3, Zulu Papa Charlie. Look, make sure that you post those things on my Facebook group. If for those of you that may not know, I do have a Facebook group on the air with VA3EWV, as well as a YouTube channel on the air with VA3EWV. So if you guys have things going up in your community and things like that, please post it. And with today's technology, you can always be there via a cell phone. Okay, let's see. NX3F. What are you doing next week or this weekend or next week? Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, Bert, it's VA3EWV NX3F. Well, let's see. We got to go back over to my stepdaughter's house and finish that wiring job that we started a couple of weeks ago. We'll go over there and knock that out and get that out of the way. And that's probably going to be about it from this end here. I just want to make a comment on KC3 GPC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, GPC. I think that's it. That she's on a roll. Very active, on a roll. Seems like she got more energy than I do. That's for daggone sure. Back to you, Ernest. VA3EWV NX3F.
NX3F in the group. VA3EWV returning. Yeah, I like what you said. Get to your daughter's house. Y'all gonna knock that on out. That's right. That's right. So for me, I have a birthday to go to this week. All my folks are all one day after each other. I've dealt with 5 birthday parties in 5 days here. Yeah, they just keep coming. And the funny thing about it, guys and girls that are out there tonight, it's me and the wife and 5 of the kids and 2 grandkids. And the funny thing is, my birthday is in August 12th. Daughter 1 is November 12th. Daughter 2 is January 12th. Daughter 3 is February 12th. And the wife is the 24th. So we're all 12s and 12s and 12s. And then we have a 24 and my grandson there is on the 13th. So they're all together. And you know me, I'm like, hey, look, let's double some of these up, save some money. Anyway, okay, that's enough of me. Victor Echo 1, Golf Romeo Papa. Come on in for your second round.
Hey, great, Ernest. Thank you very much. And yeah, I love the enthusiasm there from Kilo Papa 3, Zulu Papa Charlie. And that's the kind of enthusiasm I think a lot of clubs need. I don't know about you, but we've got, 7 or 8 guys here in our little town of 4,000 people, and I'm probably one of the youngest guys at 67. So yeah, that youthful enthusiasm is really, really great to hear. This weekend coming up, I think we're going to have another storm blow in, so I'm probably probably going to stay inside and still thaw out from winter field day. Outdoors there at minus 13 Celsius, and man, it was cold. I think I'm going to buy a buddy heater for next year and a little windbreaker, a tent or something. But this week I'm going to just learn a new logging software for the Mac. It's called RumLog NG.
Okay.
And Mike from K8MRD down in Texas really loves that software, and it works well with the Mac. It's got cat controls. So, you can control the rig from the software, so that's really exciting. And just quickly, my last point, when you were talking about measuring your vertical width for the different bands, one thing I saw a guy do, and I do it now, is I just run a 17-foot piece of string from the tip down to the connector, at the SO239, and I put a little knot in there for every band. So if I want to drop that thing down to from 20 to 17 meters, I just bring the thing down to the first little knot. And if I want to go to 15, down to the next knot, 12 to the next, and it's like, I think I jumped off there. Sorry. Did you hear what I said about the little string and the knots to get the measurements? Anyway, I'll throw it back. I think I lost some of that transmission. Back to you, Ernest.
Victor Echo 1, Golf Romeo Papa. No, I'm sitting here with my mouth flung open. Y'all didn't see all the flies coming in? I was like, get out of here. I'm telling you, that's why I love this stuff. I've learned more about ham radio and this. You got to get out there and do it. The more you do, the more you know. And I'm always on the video, so they're like, hey, try this, try this. And when you're talking about the string with the knots, and I'm like, get out of here, because I'm telling you, I have a time. And sometimes when you're out there and the sun has gone down, you can't see that writing for nothing, right? But you can feel them knots. I can tell you that. And you talk about Lord have mercy. Okay, you talk about throwing off for winter field day. If you get a chance to go look at, you don't have to look at the whole videos, but you'll see me out there fighting, because none of my videos are they're not what do you call it? They're not studio quality. None of that. They're raw. You see more of the floorboard and the ceiling and camera falling around and looking at different stuff. But if y'all I forget what park I was at, but it was minus. Now everything is Celsius where we're at, so like it's minus 12 now. But that day it was minus like 23. Okay, so I'm in the car. I got the vertical. I know I'm going to hit 2 parks. So I go out there, I pull the vertical up, which I had those knots, sitting there struggling with that, got it up, sitting there talking. Went to go put the vertical, like shrink it down, because it's already up. 20 meters is pretty long. The antenna's up along, like it's very tall at 20, right? And I'm sitting there trying to push each thing down, and the ice shavings is like, I put down one section, and just ice is just like shaving because the one part's going in. And then I'm getting it down, and then I break the doggone tip straight off the thing because it's not wanting to go in. So I was like, but like, not broke, but like, because you have to pull up and push down. So I pulled up and pulled straight out of it. And I was like, oh my God. These things are like $300. Hold on a second. So then I go to the next park, right? I got the thing right in the front seat, because the way I do it, my radio's on the dashboard. I have 50 foot of feed line. And when I hit the next park, I just open up the passenger door, run out with the antenna, put the tripod, just start pulling up, right? So remember I'm starting at 10, so that's pretty short, 28, that's pretty short. I go out there to pull the thing up. Because of the condensation from in the car and out, the thing has frozen. It's frozen. It's minus 23 or 24, and it says the wind chill is like a minus 30 something. I go out there with my hands, and I'm trying to pull up on it. My hand is sticking to the antenna. trying to pull it up. So you see it in the car because I got the antenna facing out, like to the park there, and you see me just pulling up, and I have skin that came from off the palm of my hand because my hand is stuck to the whip. So we go through it here. We go through it because I mean, shoot, in my yard right now, we had what 2.5 foot of snow, yesterday, or yesterday, 2.5 foot of snow. Anyway, I heard all that. Finish up with the knot story though. Let's get back to you, V1GRP. Let's keep going with the knots. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks again. Yeah, and it works like a charm. At first, I actually put a little piece of tape on there, and I marked the frequency, the band, right? I put, okay, there's 10, there's 12, there's 15, there's 17. But you know what? You don't even need the markings anymore because once you're used to, the bottom knot being 20 meters, well, the next one's 17, and then 15. So I just ripped the tags right off it. The knots are just too simple. I don't know if you put your vertical whip right in the ground on a little spike or a mount. I've been putting mine on a tripod to try to get it up, 3 or 4 feet off the ground. But the mistake I made during field day was I was in such a rush and so excited to do my first field day, I forgot to put my 1-to-1 choke at the feed point, to keep that common mode current from it coming back to the rig. And so I think the antenna was using the coax as a radial or a counterpoise, but I also had 4 radials strung out, right? So I think I kind of shot myself in the foot by forgetting to put that choke on the base of the antenna. I don't know if some of you others do the same thing, but it's a great antenna. I love that 17-foot whip. But for POTA this summer in Prince Edward Island, I'd really like to get a 40, 20, 15, 10 end fed half wave. And, get that up in some army poles or a long pole up into the trees or something, because I have a funny feeling I might get some better European contacts with the end fed half wave up there as opposed to the 17-foot width. But I guess that's what experimenting's all about, right? So back to you, Ernest.
Well, I'm telling you, look, all the stuff that y'all are talking about, if y'all can snap a picture or just write it down and put it on the website and stuff like that, you'd be helping everybody out. Let me tell you. And for Miss Leela there, when you're getting your Go Box ready and stuff like that, I used to have a Go U-Haul and a film crew, hair, makeup, U-Haul, all this stuff. I was going out to the park with a wagon, lights, camera, action, all that stuff like that. And then I got down to one little backpack. So I had a school bag. That was just sitting around, and I put my heavy 991 Alpha, and it's heavy. The battery that goes, the battery that excuse me, I'm so sorry. Excuse me. I put the 991 in the backpack, the battery, so that's there. The headset and the cable, that's in one compartment. The back compartment that is on my back, that's where the little bitty laptop goes, pen and paper, the whatever the band plan for USA and Canada. And then the other side is my 50-foot full of coax. And then my M750 by Sheligans, my antenna, that's in my hand. And before I lost my end-fed half-wave, that was in the backpack too. So, and I'm talking on it now, but when I get through talking on it, it all goes in the backpack. Because if something goes down, I'm ready to go. I'm not disconnecting nothing. I wish my goal is to have a shack thing and then a portable thing, so I won't have to keep taking my stuff in and out of the house. But for now, that's the way it is. So next week, my goal is I have one park that I need to get 8 more bands on, and if I do that, I'll have that POTA. I forget what the reward is called. Let me just pull it up real quick here. Give me a second, folks. Yep, VA3EWV, I'm back. Yeah, I wasn't chasing rewards, but this POTA thing, it makes you do stuff. It's like, so like for the kilo, it says make 1,000 contacts in the park. I'm like, okay, here we go. Now remember, I started talking on POTA. My first one is in July the 7th or something like that. You can go to the POTA site and see. But since July, I started my HF and got my rig in June. Started my first HF contact was in July there, and I now have um, over. I have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven parks, 8 parks that are 1,000 contacts. So I've done 8,000 contacts, and right now I'm trying to get have 10 contacts at six different parks on 6 meters. So I got that going, and the last thing I have going, it says the activator N1CC. That one says have 10 contacts at 10 different parks on 10 different bands. And right now, I have 9 parks with 10 contacts on 10 different bands, and I have one park that's 5 contacts. And my friend said, hold on a second. My friend said to me today, "Hey, when are you going out and get that other bands?" I'm like, "Well, Sunday. I have a birthday party on Saturday, and then Sunday I'm gonna go knock that like Mr. Allen says. I'm just gonna go ahead and knock out those other 5 bands because I've gotten confidence now. I'm like, I got the hard ones out the way already. I got 2 meters on there, so it'll be easy for me to get 10, 12, 15, 17 and 30." And just to let you guys know, if you limit yourself and you don't want to do digital or anything like that, you're knocking yourself out of some of those things. But he says, "Hey, we're getting another like 2 foot of snow." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You're still going out there?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, also, here in Canada, like we get snow all the time, so that's no big deal. But it gets warmer when it snows. It gets up to about like -1, between like -10, -1. So that's warmer. So when it's snowing, it's actually warm to me. It's not cold, right? So I'm hoping to get that activator NC11 in the books there. Okay, that's enough for hearing me yak. Let's see who we have next here. 1 second. Oh, VE6IDK. No, 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 no. That's the repeater. Anybody out there on VE6IDK? Come on in. Okay, okay, nothing heard. Go ahead, go ahead. And Spruce Grove, go ahead. We heard somebody trying to come in on VE6IDK. Maybe you can increase your power, maybe, to get into the repeater there. And you are bringing up the repeater, but it keeps breaking off. Try it one more time. Okay, unfortunately, we could not hear you there. We will try again later, but let's go ahead and pick up Kilo Bravo 6, Juliet Foxtrot Lehman, who's doing some contesting right now. But besides the contest, what are you doing for the rest of the weekend and the rest of the week, upcoming week? Go ahead, Mr. Robert.
Yeah, KB6JSL. Yeah, I finished the contest Sunday there, and then this next week I'm going to start my portable satellite operations, working the ISS and a couple of the other satellites there. First time got the GD168 all-in-one handheld there, and it works perfectly with radio and put the antenna there, so I just got to get the elk antenna and I'll be set for that. Other than that, I just wanted to say the Japan station SMT was licensed in 50 years. If you remembered JH1 WIX and JH1 WDN Toro and Masa, used to talk to them all the time on 15 meters. They were my turned out to be best friends. They got here to Bakersfield, California, and one of the guys I knew here in town exchanged calendars over them every year. Other than that, this phone keeps, the screen keeps disappearing on me, so I have to put it back here. Anyway, 73, I got to get back to the contest here. KB6JFL, Bakersfield, California.
KB6JFL in the group, VA3EWV returning. Yeah, have a good rest of your weekend there, and we'll see you down the log there. Okay, we have actually gone through 2 rounds. It is 9 o'clock right on the dot there. And I will like to say thank you all for being out there, number 1. Number 2, make sure you post anything and everything to the group. It's just not my group. You guys can post to it too. We would love to see those things out there. Also, the guy from Japan is gone now for the day. Also, Kilo Charlie 3 Zulu Papa Charlie has oh no, he's still here. Hey, look, I want to let you know something with the Pokemon thing. You're still there, Kilo Charlie 3 Zulu Papa Charlie?
Hey, Ernest, I'm going to jump out of here.
Go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Allen, you have a good rest of your day, 7-3 to you, and we'll catch you down the log there, okay?
Yep, okay. Take it easy, y'all. Nice meeting everybody. It's been a pleasure. NX3F QRT. Take care.
Kilo Charlie 3 Kilo Charlie 3 Zulu Papa Charlie. Hey, you made me think of something. I hope you're on my Facebook group. If you're not, we'll try to get you the link. If you're on QRZ, you got an email up there. But what we do once a month is what's called a fox hunt. It's the same exact thing as Pokemon. I was out there with all my kids and grandkids doing Pokemon Go, and you know they're out there looking for. And they used to have this thing called Zeo. I forget the name. It's something tagging, Zeo tagging or something like that, where people would put items and you'd have to go find it. It's like a scavenger hunt type thing. But with the Pokemon Go, you use your phone and you ran and chased after imaginary things at certain coordinates and stuff out there. And when you got it, you had to try to catch it. So we do fox hunts, okay? Called a fox hunt. You may have heard of it. But the kids are loving it. My grandkids do it with us. And I even went and bought my own fox. And I also have 3 acres there. So we have the handmade Yagis that you just go to Home Depot. You buy the PVC piping. You buy the antenna that you like you pull out of the the antenna that stretches out from the roll. And you just cut it. You make your Yagis and stuff like that. You add your coax and all that stuff. So they actually have instructions and all the parts and stuff that you need to make that. Now that is fun. So the Fox is a beacon, and then you go and use UHF or HF radios. You don't have to have a license to do it, which makes it even more fun. And then you go hide the Fox, which is the beacon, and then the kids go out trying to find the beacon with the handheld. So it's showing them how to use the handheld radio. It's teaching them about their own, the antennas, because they can all get an antenna, make their own antenna, right? So there's lots of stuff to do with it. So have you ever heard of the fox hunt there?
This is Kilo Charlie 3 Zulu Papa Charlie. I've heard of fox hunting, and I've got my grandson. He's here with me. He's from Atlanta, and he'll be headed back home around in the middle of March. We are very interested in that, and I'll sync up with you. I will sync up with you via Facebook. I am your Facebook page, and I'll messaging you on Facebook, and we'll sync up because definitely interested. Like I said, my grandson, he's 10, and he is a die-hard Pokemon, but I think the fox hunting and being able to really use a radio and signals, I'll call it direction finding, because I was in the Air Force for many years. I was a Morse code operator at that time, and we do a lot of fixing and directional finding to find our signals when it came to, the Morse code. I'll call it the Morse code hunt, and I'll leave it at that. But he would definitely, I think him and his dad would be definitely awesome folks for going out to that, because now they get out in the car and they go literally park to park to hunt for the Pokemon. I will reach out. I'll post my granddaughter 2 weeks ago getting her technician's license, and like I said, my grandson, who's 10, he's one of the 4 that is in the process of studying to get his technician's license, and then he will definitely move on to getting his journal, and he probably exceed me in getting an extra, because he's curious about the electronic part of the radio. This is Kilo Charlie 3 Zulu Papa Charlie. I'll turn it back over to you, Ernest.
Okay, well, me and you, we outlasted the bunch. We're the last one standing. So you know what? I'm going to go and I'm going to get all the fox hunt pictures and stuff together there. I'm going to post them all. I do have video as well, and I got to go all out. I even have a fox hunt song that I got there. If you haven't heard. I made a ham radio song for Parks on the Air, ham radio song for Field Day, ham radio song for the Fox Hunt. No, I actually sing them and stuff like that. My friend makes them for me there. But I got a ham radio song made for all that stuff. So I'll make sure I get to you those pictures, those videos, and that Fox Hunt song there, because they'll love that, going and chasing the fox, listening to the Fox Hunt song on the way to go find the fox. They're over.
Roger, that works. That will be awesome. And like I said, I'll post videos and I'll sync up with you, and I'll post more active on your Facebook page. I am on your Facebook page. And like I said, I am looking forward to my grandsons and granddaughters getting more in the ham radio. I appreciate the gentleman that said he was 14 and now 75, because my oldest granddaughter is 14, and I just told her, when she turns 75, I pray I won't probably be here, but she will be able to tell those stories when her grandmother got her on the air and got her technician's license, and then she's 75. So it means something, and I appreciate what you do. And I continue blessings upon you. Happy Valentine's Day. And we're going to sign off, but you definitely will see me tonight post her video on your page. And then I will definitely sync up with you in reference to the fox hunting. I think my grandson would absolutely love the fox hunting. This is Kilo Charlie 3 Zulu Papa Charlie. We're going to be out. Ernest, enjoy your evening.
Okay, Kilo Charlie 3, Zulu, Papa Charlie, 7-3 to you, and you have a good night. And with that one being said, I can't do it over the air, but I'll end this broadcast tonight and end our Facebook stream with that Fox Hunt song. I'm going to pull that up here, and that'll be the song that we'll go out on our Facebook page. Good night, everybody, from Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. We're going to be QRT. All right, we're going to play the Fox Hunt song. Here we go.
Static whispers guiding hand and near. Fox on the road, now the
folks. That is it. Pound. All right. Have a good one.